Oh, this is Mr. Hornsby 3. This is the Mr. Hornsby 3 show, and this is still Mortal Kombat month. So today, I'm going to be talking about the big announcement that we got late last week, and it was after I had just did my Mortal Kombat 1 video. By the way, drinking V8 juice. This video sponsored, fake sponsor today is V8 juice. The best tomato juice out there. But anyway, but we got some big news Wednesday after I did my Mortal Kombat 1 video where they announced Mortal Kombat The Legacy Collection. I'm going to talk about it. A lot of people have been talking about it. I was going to talk about this on the live stream with Deadly Alliance this past Friday, but I'm like, you know what? I didn't get around to talking about it. So I went ahead and decided I'll just do this video, because originally I was going to do a video talking about underrated character or underutilized characters in the Mortal Kombat franchise. And I was going to start with Kitaro, but yeah, like I said, completely didn't get around to this. I'll do that Kitaro video next week. But yeah, I'll talk about it here in a sec. It's going to be a reaction, my thoughts on it, and I'm going to talk about why I'm worried about this thing, because we had another project that just came out a few years ago that didn't work out the way people were hoping for, because people were excited for that thing, and then it didn't work out the way we were hoping for, so yeah. But first, I want to take the time. I already did this on Facebook, but I want to take the time for everybody who gave me birthday wishes on my birthday. I really appreciate everybody that did. I really appreciate everybody, and I'm glad to still have good people in my life and people that that actually care about me enough to wish me happy birthday every year and all that stuff. And I appreciate everybody that came to my birthday party at the Nostalgic Arcade. Kind of was a chaotic day, but hey, things got taken care of. And the birthday present I picked up, I'll talk about as well. And I'll talk about why I'll probably be annoyed if I went and got this thing and then they just announced something else. Which I'll talk about that too. So anyway, if you saw last week, I started out with the birthday toy hunt on Monday, where I did like, I think 4 different videos. And I got 2 comic games. I seen the 89 Batman. I'm like, man, I should buy this. But I'm like, but I want to wait for the wave for McFarlane Toys. And I went ahead and bought it because I couldn't find nothing else that I wanted for my birthday. I mean, there was a Batman and a Bane, but then I'd have to pay $22 a piece. One was at GameStop from the animated series of Batman with the black bat and the gray suit from the animated series made by McFarlane. And then it was Bane, the way Bane originally looked, because that one Bane they came out with years ago was from his like recent look in that show, and I like the original look he had when he first showed up in Batman the Animated Series. But maybe, somebody could get that for me as a late birthday present. Maybe my daughter or somebody like that. But anyway, so I did pick up the 89 Batman. I'm just going to be annoyed if at Comic-Con McFarlane just comes out and says, oh yeah, we're doing a Batman 89 wave that's coming right out after the Batman Returns wave comes out. But anyway. So yeah. Also, before I start talking about this this Legacy Collection, I also want to throw out there that since it is Mortal Kombat month, and because of the Mortal Kombat Monday thing, I'm going to be doing all my Mortal Kombat topic, review stuff, and all that on Mondays, and then Wednesdays I'll have a different video for, that week. Alright, so let's get into Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection. And, you know, a lot of people were excited about it. I was excited about it too when I seen it. It's going to have Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate 3, Mortal Kombat 4, and then they got 4 mystery games coming out. So I don't know what those are going to be. I'll talk about those here in a minute. But what the appeal to this is, it's going to be the arcade versions. I don't know how they're going to fit it into a disc for a console, but the arcade versions of the first 4 Mortal Kombat games is going to be included. And then home console ports like Super Nintendo, Sega, etc., etc., etc. I think Sega CD, Saturn, 3DS, and all that stuff. Because Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 came out on a lot of different platforms. It was on Sega, it was on Super, and then it was on Sega Saturn. I think like I think Mortal Kombat 2 also had a Saturn version of that. It was also on 3DO and that. But the additions they are putting out, they're only putting out certain like platforms. And then Deadly Alliance for the Game Boy Advance is coming out, or the original Game Boy, I don't know, something like that. And like a Game Boy Advance version, I don't know. But all those got announced. Really exciting, and like I said, all the other versions is like I think Mortal Kombat 1, and we're going to get the arcade, the Super Nintendo, and the Sega version. Mortal Kombat 2, I think same situation, and 3 is where it's like you're getting 3DO version or something like that, and Ultimate 3, 3DO, Sega, you know, all that stuff, with the arcades as well, so. And Mortal Kombat 4. And the only two, like, I think the only arcade Mortal Kombat games I played, I think was, I did play one, because it used to be at the Newport Cab stand. I did play the arcade of one once. The Newport Yellow Cab stand, which is now a freaking garbage hipster coffee shop. But, yeah, I played the first arcade. Then I played Ultimate 3, I think, on arcade. I don't think I ever played the original 3 on arcade, because so many freaking people would head into Pepper Pod and would take up Mortal Kombat 3 to your freaking arcade. They did it with Ultimate 2, but it wasn't as bad as with Mortal Kombat 3. So, yeah. I only got to play Ultimate 3. I also played Mortal Kombat 4's arcade at Kings Island one time. Because at the time I was, you know, scared of roller coasters. Now I'll ride a roller coaster, but you know the thing that scares me the most about roller coasters these days is the frickin' lines. Oh boy. The lines really suck at Kings Island. But yeah, it's really exciting, and this Legacy Pack is going to be coming out for PlayStation 3, or PlayStation 5, Xbox, I'm guessing 1, and Series X and all that stuff, I think. Also, Nintendo Switch 2's getting it. And, what else is getting it? Yeah, I think that's all the consoles that are getting it. But I think it's only going to be newer generation consoles that are getting it. I don't think the Xbox One that I got here in my bedroom is going to be getting it. But I could be wrong. I don't think PlayStation 4 is getting it either. I think it's Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2. So I don't even know if the original Switch is getting it. It could, I don't know. I also think they just revealed the teaser trailer for Resident Evil 9, which I'll talk about that around Halloween time. I want to get closer to that game. But, yeah, I'm really excited because we get to play all the classic versions of Mortal Kombat. And like I said, the older Mortal Kombat games are the games I like the best. The only modern games I like is Mortal Kombat, and they're not really modern because they've been out for over 20 years now. The only modern games I like is freaking Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Shaolin Monks. Armageddon sucks. I hate it. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, that sucks. Mortal Kombat 9, it's a good game, but I think it's a bit overrated. And I'm not as high on it as other people are. Mortal Kombat 10, good game again, but I like the older games better. They just play better. Just simple fighting games, and that's what makes those games so great, and that's why I love the old school ones. Like I just did the freaking playthrough live stream for my birthday of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance this past Friday. And then Mortal Kombat 11 and 1 just weren't that good. I mean, yeah, weren't really that good of games. And when you gotta count, especially with these last two games, when you gotta count on an extra DLC pack to make people actually like your game, that tells you something. Because, and I should have talked about this in my Mortal Kombat video last week that I talked about why people gave up on Mortal Kombat 1 so quickly. Why NetherRealm gave up on it so quickly. Well, it's because they're making this Mortal Kombat Legacy, that's why. But also, but when you gotta count on DLCs to try to get people interested in wanting to play your game, and to think that'll make your game better, it actually kind of made the games worse. That's with the fact that we get Titan Havoc as the big bad in the DLC pack for Mortal Kombat 1, but he was already in the game as a complete jobber throughout the rest of the freaking game, so yeah. I know a lot of people love Havoc, and we're probably excited that Havoc frickin' was getting some shine as a boss, but I don't know, it was just stupid. Really stupid, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm happy to play all the old Mortal Kombat games on the old school, on the newer consoles, because, that's going to be awesome to play. Especially playing the arcade versions. I've seen all the Mortal Kombat arcades that came out. And like I said, I only got to play Ultimate 3 and frickin' 2 because, people would hog up the frickin' Mortal Kombat games at Pepper Pod. And people would hog up the frickin' Mortal Kombat games. Some people hogged it up at the cab stand too, Newport Yellow. But yeah. But Mortal Kombat 4 at Kings Island, I got to play that. Because like I said, I was scared to ride the frickin' ride, so I asked my mom and my stepdad if they'd give me money so I could play Mortal Kombat 4. Which they did, and I played Mortal Kombat 4. And I was happy to play that instead of riding roller coasters. Now, I'm not, like I said, now I'm not scared to ride roller coasters. Back then I was scared to ride roller coasters. But now I'm not scared to ride roller coasters. But yeah. The lines just scare me. It's like, oh God, it's forever. And you just want to get on the ride and get off the ride and not have to wait forever for the freaking ride. Because some rides ain't even worth the freaking long line wait. Like that freaking one that they got there. What's it called? The freaking Banshee or whatever it is. That one is not worth the wait of waiting in a long motherfucking line to freaking ride that damn ride. It's not worth it. And the ride's too short to even be worth the wait. The ride is shorter than the freaking wait for the ride. So yeah. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. It's shorter. And, it's the one that freaking Rob Robinson, whatever his freaking name is. The dude that's all Fox News that, I've met a couple times. I've ran into him at Bellevue. And then I ran into him at the Newport Kroger one time. What is it, Rob Ryan? I don't know, something like that. Rob Robinson, I don't know. All I know is that he got scared of that ride. And that ride ain't even that scary. But I've heard some things about him anyways. Rob Williams, yeah, that's his name, Rob Williams. Yeah. I met him a couple times. But, he's a nice guy. But, like I seen him jogging in Bellevue one time. I was talking to him for a minute. I was like, hey, I was a big fan of the Fox 19 back in the day. And you're still on there. It's awesome. And like, you know. And that's getting off track of talking about what I'm supposed to be talking about, which is the Mortal Kombat game. But yeah, you know, like I said. But it does tie in because I played Mortal Kombat 4 at Kings Island. You know. Anyway, so. Yeah. What is it, Rob? Yeah, I don't know. Rob Williams, I think it is. There's like another Rob Williams around too, but yeah. Anyway. Now, I noticed 2 things were missing when they did advertise it. Actually, 4 things missing when they advertised it. Well, Mortal Kombat Gold, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, and Mortal Kombat Special Forces, the one that, you know, got Jax in it. Which, everybody says that's the worst Mortal Kombat game. I'm like, okay, yeah. You know, those are probably going to be the 4 mystery games. A lot of people think it's going to be the 3D era games, but I honestly think they might save the 3D era games for the next Legacy Pack or DLC or whatever for this frickin' thing. Because, you know, more people's going to be playing this than they're playing Mortal Kombat 1, because Mortal Kombat 1 is not a great game. So more people's going to be playing this, so if they do put the 3D era from PlayStation 2 and Xbox into another Legacy Pack, that would be cool. But honestly, I'm good with just, you know, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate 3, 4, Gold, Trilogy, Mythology, and Special Forces can all be in this one. Then the next one you could do Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. You could do Mortal Kombat Deception, which is one of the best Mortal Kombat games. You could do Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, and then you could do Armageddon. And maybe Mortal Kombat 9. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 9 pretty much picks up where Armageddon left off at, because Mortal Kombat, and you know, Mortal Kombat 9 is really Mortal Kombat 8, because I'm still not counting Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe as a freaking Mortal Kombat game. It was a crossover. It did not have anything to do with any of the other storylines that Mortal Kombat was going through from 1 all the way to the freaking Armageddon. And then 9 picks up where Armageddon left off, with Shao Kahn about to freaking become the one being. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can put those games in a new pack, and I'm pretty sure people's not going to want to see the return of Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11 in any kind of pack. Because people hated those games, and I'm not really too fond of those games either. Mortal Kombat 1 I like a little bit better than, or Mortal Kombat 11 I like a little bit better than 1. But, you know, I still don't like those games. Those are like a couple of my least favorite Mortal Kombat games. But, you know, I'm really excited for this pack. Can't wait to see when it comes out. Might come out in October. Might come out in September. Who knows when it's going to come out, but I'm looking forward to it. And I can't wait to play these games on either Xbox One or Xbox One Series and all that, you know. Because I love the old Mortal Kombat games. I play them all the frickin' time on retro consoles. And like I said, Mortal Kombat month started because I'm a big fan of Mortal Kombat. Because there's 2 franchises, gaming franchises, that are my favorite in the whole world. And it was only 1 at one point. But then when I got introduced to GTA 3, then I became a big GTA 3 fan. But, you know, the one that I've always loved is the Mortal Kombat franchise. And now I love the GTA franchise. Despite the fact what I feel about 4 and 5, all the rest of the GTA games are pretty good. I mean, even 1 and 2 are not bad. The London Hispanics aren't bad. And I love frickin' Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. I had the PSP version of them, and then I bought the frickin' PlayStation 2 version. I wish they would have put those on Xbox as well. But yeah, the three main ones to like is the freaking GTA Definitive Edition, and the main ones to like is the original, the GTA PlayStation 2 trilogy, because those are the best ones. San Andreas 3 and freaking Vice City. Now let's talk about that now. Since I brought up Grand Theft Auto, do we all remember that 4 years ago, well, it'll be 4 years ago in October, that Rockstar announced GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition and how excited everybody was for that? And then look what happened with that. It had a bunch of bugs. It had a bunch of glitches. Everybody crapped on it. Now, I didn't crap on the Definitive Trilogy. I really didn't. I didn't notice anything. But in the past couple of years, and especially after watching a few YouTubers who, cover GTA on YouTube, after watching a few of them, I could see where, all the problems are with the Definitive Edition. But when I first got it, I didn't even pay attention to the rocks or the fact that it was raining inside a frickin' building or whatever. But I did notice those over the years, and like I said, watching YouTubers that cover GTA and have, talked about all the flaws that's in that game, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see why you feel that way about that. That's how it goes. But, I still enjoy the games, and I think even San Andreas, with all their hard-ass missions, is still easier than what they were on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Way easier. But anyway, and hopefully with this freaking Mortal Kombat Legacy Pack, we don't have the same situation we had with GTA the Definitive Editions. Hopefully this comes out perfectly. No bugs, no glitches, no flaws, no nothing in that whole pack. Every game you put on that, hopefully it's better than what it was on the original console it was on. Or, mainly talking about, Mortal Kombat 4 and how it looked on PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. So I'm hoping, that's why I'm not overly excited, because I'm worried that they're gonna have the same flaws that GTA freaking the Definitive Edition had. But I'm hoping not. I hope these games come out perfect. I hope they are great and fun to play, and you'll be able to play people online to really test if you're really the Mortal Kombat champion or not. Because if you saw what the name of my freaking profile was when you watched me play Deadly Alliance this past Friday, you saw I had MK Champion on it, because I felt like I was really good at Mortal Kombat games. But yeah, so. And then when I do Deception in a couple of weeks, you'll probably see that I have MK Champ as that profile. But I don't even know what I put for frickin' Armageddon. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, very excited for this frickin' not GTA, for this Mortal Kombat Legacy Pack. I hope it turns out good. I hope we don't run into the problems we ran into with the GTA Definitive Edition. And I'm looking forward to playing them games online and see how really good I am. I know one person I'm really good at against Mortal Kombat, and that's my friend Heavy Metal Turtle. By the way, thank you for the birthday shout out on the live stream Friday. Heavy Metal Turtle. Which he said he'll be back soon on his channel doing some more artwork. So he should be returning soon. That's what he's been telling me when I've been talking to him lately. So, yeah. I think the last thing he did is when he talked about how Rambo was a Christmas movie. And yeah, I think that's the last thing he did. He might have did something else after that, but I don't remember. Yeah, I think he did, I think it was frickin' Rambo was a Christmas movie. Was the last thing Heavy Metal Turtle did, so. I also want to thank somebody who gave me a birthday shout out. I guess he's a subscriber of mine. He's a new subscriber. I can't pronounce his YouTube name, but he's got an anime character as his profile picture, so I want to thank him for freaking wishing me happy birthday on my birthday toy hunt. One of my birthday toy hunt videos. Monday. But, yeah. So, thank that subscriber for, and, like I said, I thanked all my subscribers that have been sticking with my channel, because, you know what? Unlike these other people on YouTube who, the only way I'll give you a shout out if you go on Patreon and pay me money. I don't even have a Patreon page. Or if you join my member channelship by giving me money, you can be shouted out on my video. I'm not that type of person. Yeah. Like I said, YouTube's like a good platform for me to get out there and get my opinions out. And yeah, I did quit for a few years and did the Facebook Live thing, and then when Facebook got stupid, I came back to YouTube. So, yeah. So I really appreciate all my subscribers, everybody that watches my videos every time I put up a new one. And I appreciate all the likes you give me, all the comments you make, all that stuff. So, yeah. And look, I didn't have to say, shout out to my Patreon members. Yeah. I swear, YouTube's gotten so, so many people on YouTube have gotten so greedy on this platform. But, yeah. Anyway, one more thing before I go. I just did a video recently talking about what I'm doing in 2025 for the rest of 2025. But something I want to talk about is Anime Month, because Anime Month will be next month. And we're like a few weeks away from Anime Month. And on Anime Month, I am going to shine a spotlight on underrated anime, such as Twilight of the Dark Masters, Fist of the North Star. Although, is Fist of the North Star underrated? It might be. And a couple other ones. In fact, the first video I'm doing for Anime Month, I'm gonna go on and wonder why we never got a Blu-ray or DVD version of Twilight of the Dark Masters. Why we never got that. That's going to be one of my first videos for Anime Month this year. And then I'll probably talk about stuff like Blue Gender, Fist of the North Star. I think it's an underrated freaking anime show. Everybody wants to talk about their JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Everybody wants to talk about Dragon Ball, and I like Dragon Ball and JoJo. Everybody wants to talk about Naruto. Everybody wants to talk about freaking One Piece. Everybody wants to talk about all these other ones. But I never hear them give much love to stuff like freaking Fist of the North Star, Twilight of the Dark Masters, Ninja Scroll, and all that. And I'm going to shine a spotlight on a lot of that stuff for Anime Month this coming July. So, anyway. That'll do it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Pack that's coming out probably this fall. Probably right around the time Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, comes out. I hope Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, is better than the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie, because I did not like the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. So hopefully this one's better than that one. Hopefully we'll get Kentaro, since Goro died at the end of the last freaking movie. Maybe we'll get Kentaro as the freaking guy Underballs. Which, I'll talk more about that next week when I freaking do a Kentaro video. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. King of the Figures build continues, and then Wednesday I'm going to do a San Diego Comic-Con prediction video and talk about something that might be possibly the Mattel Creations exclusive from Mattel and WWE. And I'll give a shout out to My Damn Toys for talking about this first before anybody else did. A couple other people have talked about it since then. But My Damn Toys was the first one that really, brung up that thing. And like I said, I'll talk about that Wednesday. But yeah. Anyway, that'll do it. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornby 83 Show. I just posted what I was doing this week today because I was so busy yesterday because it was my mother-in-law's birthday party. And I wasn't able to post up stuff. By the time I got home, I was tired. I just sat down and watched Tales from the Hood Part 2 to see if I would feel any differently about that movie than I feel. And no, I didn't, because I still feel the same way about that movie that I felt about it when it came out in 2018. Tales from the Hood 2 is going to be freaking Halloween Resurrection to me in the Tales from the Hood franchise. Even though there's only been 3 movies, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, that'll do it. Catch you guys later. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of this new Mortal Kombat Legacy pack that's coming out this fall. And catch you guys tomorrow for King of the Figures build, and catch you guys Wednesday for the Comic-Con video. Catch you guys later. Peace out.